All right, YouTube, it's me, David Harry, your favorite YouTuber and vlogger. Right, what I'm gonna do here is just a little bit of testing with this mic setup. So what it is, I've got the DJI Mic Mini. Obviously it's a two mic set, but I've just got one on, and this is paired up with my iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now, a massive shout out and a massive thank you to Kevin Muldoon, who sent me this down this morning. Anyway, I got out early hours with it, and I just haven't stopped with it. I'm just dead made up with it, right? It's yeah, it's just dead super convenient and stuff. Now, I already have a ton of wireless microphones. However, I've got to say there's something just a little bit more immediate about these ones that, like, they kind of struck a chord with me straight away. Now, to be honest, I'm still not exactly like familiar with how they sound and stuff. It's not something that I've sat down and tested properly, because like I say, I basically got out as soon as they arrived this morning, and I've just been shooting loads of stuff in the park. So I've already shot a video for Kevin, then I've shot two other videos, one with just like the mics on their own as I'm using them now, or mic, and then also using it with a stick, you know, so you can turn it into a handheld reporter mic type thing. And I've just got to be dead honest, I'm just so impressed with how quick they are to like set up and to use. And I've got to be dead honest as well, I just never liked the idea of using these magnets and stuff. Now, if I'm being super honest about this, I'm still not wholly, like, you know, confident that I'm not going to lose something to do with these magnets. However, I've got to say right now, you know, due to the type of top that I've got on, in fact, it's just gotten a bit breezy there, and I do have the dead cat on. With the type of top that I've got on, there's nowhere to clip the mic too easily, and you know, all that clipping it so it's under your friggin' chin, right next to your throat. I mean, whatever that shit's all about that people think is great, yeah, stop it. It's not how you wire up any fucking microphone. Anyway, the point that I'm getting at is that, yeah, I've just been super impressed with, like, you know, the portability aspect of them and how quick they are to connect with the magnets and stuff. So as much as what I'd had this reservation about using the magnet system and stuff, they actually are really dead quick and easy to set up and use. And as I've just been trying to explain, with a top like this where there's no obvious clip point, you just throw it on with the magnet and it's been great. Now, the other thing as well that I worked out, they're not too bad as far as like breaking line of sight is concerned. Now, just quickly, like this distance here, this would be kind of like the furthest that I would get away from any type of wireless system, because for me it's all about just like the convenience of being untethered and being quite close to the camera. I mean, already, I mean, without even looking at it, I know this field of view is going to be quite wide, and for this type of field of view, you're easily getting, you know, a few people in the shot. So for me personally, going crazy distances away from shit, that's not what it's about, do you know what I mean? But anyway, at this distance, let me just turn around slowly. Now, I do believe I'd noticed earlier on, I did play one of the takes back quickly, and at this distance here, when I did my slow turnaround, when I was breaking line of sight as I am now, the microphone didn't disconnect when I broke line of sight. So hopefully that's the same now. Hopefully it has not disconnected once I broke line of sight. But basically, yeah, I'm just like super made up with these little microphones. They're just dead cool and stuff. Anyway, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to take the mic off and then stick it on under my tracky top, and then, like, you know, put the magnet on the outside. Okay, so I've now got the microphone on the wrong way round. I'm going to say the wrong way round. I just mean the microphone's now on the inside of me tracky top, and then as we can see there, all we can see now is the magnet on the outside. Now, is this really the wrong way round? Probably not, because it depends upon what your use is going to be for these things. So a couple of things now with the positioning of it. First thing is, I definitely don't need to be putting a dead cat on it, because my tracky top is now acting as, like, you know, some form of wind filtering and stuff like that. Now, it will have an impact on the tonal quality, but, you know, depending upon the thickness of the clothing that you put the microphone under, and its positioning ultimately. You know, maybe the tonal change isn't that bad, but the second thing that we get out of, you know, this position is something that is even less obvious, you know. And like I say, all you can see now is this little tiny magnet. Now, on that point, I'm not entirely sure whether it's even a big deal anymore to have these types of microphones in full view. I mean, you have to remember, this particular microphone's black, and I've got a very light grey top on here. So the thing is, it's going to stand out no matter what you do with it on the front. And then by the time you add the dead cat to it, it's definitely standing out all over the place. It's basically going, hey, look at me, you know. Now, I think over the years, I think was it about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe that was when the Mark 1 of the Rode Wireless Go come out. And I think at that point, because they were like quite hefty, I think it did take a little bit of time for people to get used to these things being clipped on the outside of people's clothes and stuff like that. However, over the years, these things are being made smaller by other manufacturers, and there's now bazillions of variations of them, and they get used all the time now. So what I'm getting at is, I think that the viewers have now become acclimatized to seeing these things in shot, and I think it's almost implied that they would be in shot if that's the type of wireless system that you are using. Because you have to remember, the other option to that realistically is to use a transmitter with a lavalier and then somehow try and hide the lavalier. Now, you could hide the lavalier, you know, underneath a garment or something, or, you know, underneath your clothes, then put the transmitter in a pocket or something. But the setup time for that is definitely a lot more, and you've got to start messing around with like tape and all kinds of shit like that as well for the lav, you know, to conceal the lav. Or you might even have the lav on the outside, and like, as long as it's only the capsule part that you see, that too is going to look even smaller than what this magnet is. So again, that type of setup, it does require a bit of fucking around to get it working properly, and so it's concealed and all that stuff. But nonetheless, I do think that these types of mics now are things where people just go, nah, do you know what, I don't even see them anymore, because they see that many of them. However, just in case you wanted to, like, you know, disguise it a bit more, you could get away with doing this with them. And of course, you just have to be careful on how much clothing you put them under, because there will definitely be some form of tonal change that goes on. Anyway, I think that'll do it for this video. And actually, one quick thing I just want to mention here. Right, so I think I might have put 1 or 2 videos up recently on this channel. Now, this channel is something that I gave up on at the end of last year. So the end of 2024, I thought, fuck it, I'm going to stop this channel, because it's just getting in the way of things. What it is, I did try to give it a good go with this channel to try and get it monetized and then justify putting videos on here. What you have to remember is YouTube is my day job. So what I was doing was taking time away from my main channel. And in the end, I thought, well, I can't carry on doing that, because that's stupid, because I don't make money on this channel, and if I put any videos on my main channel, even if they're only going to make 1 pence, I still make money off them no matter what. So I kind of made that decision and went, you know, fuck it, I'm not going to carry on doing that, because that just seems mental. Anyway, what it is, I've recently put a couple of videos up on my main channel to do with microphones and the iPhones, and I mean, I've had like fuck all views on the videos, and the thing is, I think I've got 41 or 42,000 subs on my main channel, and I can't even get 1% of those people to watch those videos. And I'm sitting there going, do you know what? That's horseshit, that. And I've kind of got it in my head now that there's a bit of a conspiracy going on at YouTube with these things. So I don't think that it's the subscribers ignoring the video. I think it's YouTube not feeding the fucking videos to them, you know, through notifications and stuff like that. Because I don't understand why one type of video would do better than another, you know, noticeably better, when it's all to do with the similar types of technologies, as in Apple products. It just doesn't seem right that one thing would just have no interest in it whatsoever, even though it's got current use of technology, or current technologies being used in the videos and stuff. Anyway, so I've got it in my head now that what YouTube are doing is penalising me on my other channel. They're basically saying, listen, mate, if you're not going to do what we expect you to do, then you're not going to get any views on the other stuff that you upload anyway. And I think that's what's going on. Now, that being the case, if I'm only going to get like 300 or 400 views or something like that on these types of videos on my main channel, I'm just thinking, you know, well, I'm going to make fuck all money out of that anyway. I wouldn't even earn £1, I don't think, off 300 views. So what I might as well do is put them on this channel if that's going to happen. So what I'm thinking is anyway, is to start doing those videos on this channel. I'll try a couple more on my main channel. I've got some stuff to do with some like MagSafe SSDs and stuff for the iPhones for recording external ProRes using the Blackmagic camera app and stuff. Now, if I get like fuck all views on those videos on my main channel, I've got a few of them to do. So what I might do is migrate them onto this channel. Now, I know that sounds counterintuitive as to what I've just explained about why I stopped putting stuff on this channel. However, here's the thing. I enjoy doing the videos more on this channel just because I'm a lot more relaxed in myself doing the videos for this channel. So I enjoy doing all the videos that I do, no matter what channel it's on, you know, whether that's the game and stuff, my main channel, or this channel. However, this channel and also my gaming channel, I just have more of a laugh doing them. I feel better within myself. I feel like I'm achieving something for me as well as putting content out there for other people. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm thinking is, yeah, you know, I want to earn fucking no money on this channel, but if I'm only going to earn like a couple of pound or something on my main channel with that content, I might as well put it somewhere where maybe there might be some, you know, there might be a bit more appreciation for the content. So yeah, let me know in the comments section below, although that's only likely to be Chris and John again, obviously. But yeah, for anybody who's got this far into the video, let me know if you think, you know, me putting some more of this shit back onto this channel is a good thing to do. And again, it's just something that it helps me, helps my headspace, because I just get out and I get to be able to do stuff that I just really enjoy doing more, and I get less stressed and bent out of shape about doing the content on this channel. Anywho, I'm gonna dive off because I've just gone fucking dead boring. I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care and goodbye now.